Hey, John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I got this question from a friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name because it's a job-related question, but I'm not going to read the whole email here. But essentially, he sent me this email that said he's got a career question. He's contacted by a prospective employer. He sent the email that he got through LinkedIn, basically saying that they like his experience. They're looking for someone like him. If he's interested, to get back to them. He had read my article on negotiating salaries, and he agreed a lot with that. And about the ways I talked about getting a job, through a job posting, through referral, or getting a company, reaching out to you, which is obviously the best one. And he says he has a loyalty disorder because he finds it hard to just get up and leave, though some places might be greener. He wanted to know what I would do if I had received the email that he had sent here from the recruiter. He said that he wrote back and said he's not interested in switching employers because, but he might in the near future. But he already feels bad that one day he will have to leave his current employer. And he says, I love these guys because they believed in me and gave me my first chance. So let me know your opinion here, because I don't want to make any silly mistakes in this industry. So here's the thing. It's great that someone gives you your first chance, and everyone's got to get that first chance. And it's easy to feel too much loyalty to that company or that person. And I still need to do a video on this topic. I keep on hitting around this. I'll have to do an actual video, but I want to talk briefly about this here, which is basically a good employer, the best employer, the smartest business person, tries to find people who have ambition, who eventually want to leave them. Now, obviously, you don't want someone to hire someone and then in 3 months they turn around and leave. Well, you've spent some money and time acquiring them and training them. Even probably a year is probably not a time frame that. But if you hire someone and you expect that they're going to leave in 3 years, that's not a bad hire, right? So even 2 years, it depends on the person. But essentially, you want to hire someone who wants to basically boost their career and take your company with them, essentially to do good for you along the way of boosting their career, where it's a mutually beneficial relationship. So the reason why I'm saying that is because if an employer is holding you back, right, because they just want you to stick with them, and they don't care necessarily about you, right, then they're sort of not being loyal to you, right, even if they've given you a chance, right, because it's still to their benefit if they're not caring what's best for you to some degree. I mean, a business is a business, but hiring the kind of people that eventually want to leave is usually a good thing, I think. And like I said, I'll do a video totally on that topic for managers. But so if they are the kind that is smart business-wise and wants to do you to be ambitious and do what's best for you, then you don't really have to worry about loyalty because they understand that. So either way, my answer is don't worry about loyalty. Obviously don't take advantage of people, right? Don't join some company and get an offer and then switch for a slightly higher offer like 3 months later. That's burning bridges. That's silly. It doesn't make sense unless the job just didn't work out. It wasn't a fit for you. But if you're in a place where you're currently happy, but especially your first job, you can't stick at your first job for a very long time. Here's why. Especially if they've given you the first chance, you're going to appear to them always as that new guy that they gave the first chance to. You're never going to be able to appear as a senior person, as someone who's got wisdom and experience, because they know where you came from. Being the mail boy and then becoming the CEO, it doesn't happen, right? You have to. It might happen if you go somewhere else and then come back. But so here's the thing: don't worry too much about the loyalty. Make the best choice for you, but also don't just leave because the grass might be greener on the other side of the fence, right? Don't just leave without being sure that it's a good thing and a good career move, a good step for you. If you just leave because you're going to get offered just a slightly higher salary, or this job looks a little bit better, that's not smart either. Make sure it's actually a good stepping stone in your career. It's a better opportunity, more prestigious title, responsibilities, and I would say follow responsibilities more than anything. The bigger responsibilities you have, money will eventually catch up. So that's something that you should be thinking about. Is this going to be a better role for you, a bigger responsibility? If so, then go and pursue it. Now realize also that when a recruiter sends you an email and says that they'd like you to apply for a job, that's not, today that could be recruiter spam. And I read the email. I'd say that it's a 50-50 chance of being recruiter spam, where they don't really know you and they don't really care. They're just trying to mass send these emails out to get your reply. So definitely don't jeopardize your current situation for something like that. Make sure you have, you keep this secret if you are going to apply for other jobs until you have an offer in your hand. Then you tell your employer, right? And then you say that I'm taking this offer. You don't try and use it as a negotiation tool, because it's going to put you in a bad position, right? You have to be ready and willing to take that other offer. But go ahead and here's the other thing. So think about it this way. Go ahead and interview for this other job. Go ahead and interview for other jobs and see if you get offers and see what they are, right? See if you actually have other options, and then you can always turn down those offers. You can always say no. It'll be good practice. It'll kind of let you evaluate where you are in the market at this point, and it's definitely not going to hurt. There's nothing to lose there. As long as you do things on the up and up, don't worry about burning bridges that way. Don't leave on bad terms. If you say that this is your career opportunity for you, you need to take this choice, you need to do this thing, then hey, as long as you do it in the right way, as long as it's not something that you're at one company for 3 months and another company for 3 months, it's best to have a tenure of at least 2 years. 1 year is somewhat acceptable for contract type of positions, but if someone hires you as an employee, you probably want to be there for about 2 years, with the exception of your first job, your first break. I would say that you could be there for a shorter period of time, because you kind of need that start. So I know it's easy to fall into that trap of feeling really loyal, but this is business, this is career. A company really won't think twice to cut you when they need to make when it's their best financial decision. Relationships, business relationships should be mutually beneficial. They shouldn't be sacrificial. If the company's making a sacrifice to keep you on, that's a bad business decision on their side. If you're making a sacrifice to stay on, sacrificing your career, that's bad. The best relationships in business work out where both parties are benefiting, where it's mutually beneficial, where it's consensual, where you don't have one person taking advantage of another. So hopefully that helps you. I know it's a tough situation, but that's what I got to say on that subject. So if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, shoot me an email, john@simpleprogrammer.com, or leave a comment below. Take care.